Hi, I'm Sarah L and welcome to Boating New Zealand. It's been an action-packed summer, so let's have a look at what's been going on with the latest in news and reviews. But it's my absolute pleasure today to go out for a sail on this new Bavaria C42 cruising boat, which will find its eventual home up in the Bay of Islands. The C42, released in early 2020, is a development of Bavaria's Sea Line range, one of the smaller models in a selection which goes up to 57 feet. She's a smidge over 12 metres long, with the option of 2 or 3 cabins and either 1 or 2 heads. The C42 sports an updated hull shape with a greater beam, higher freeboard and a longer waterline than the previous Bavaria in this size range. She has a more V-shaped bow and pronounced chines to give both sailing stability and plenty of space down below. The cabin top is relatively low profile and the coaming enclosing the cockpit takes that line of the cabin almost right aft. A large boarding platform is created by the middle section of the transom folding down and out. The platform is raised and lowered by a rope purchase but is supported by gas strut hinges. The cockpit is not hugely long, but because of the ample beam aft, there's plenty of room to sit around and relax. There's a drop-leaf table in the centre with storage in the central unit. The floor, seats and boarding platform are finished in S-Tech eco-friendly teak look decking, and this area is almost completely covered by a simply enormous bimini. The boat has a German main sheet system running continuously to either side of the cockpit, making it easy for her to be sailed by a crew of 2. The sheets are trimmed on a pair of powered winches by the sporty looking twin steering wheels, which are positioned right aft. This boat's owners are into taking it pretty easy on the water, so they ordered just the basic sail package, a 42.7 square metre mast furling Elvstrom mainsail and a 37.5 square metre self-tacking jib. If you want to boost the boat's performance, a 109% overlapping jib, a 155 square metre Jenica and a Code Zero can be ordered. Heading down below, the large companionway leads into the voluminous saloon space below decks. There's a good 2 metres of headroom in the main cabin and plenty of sunshine coming into the interior through cabin side and through hull windows. The C42 has a traditional Kiwi-friendly layout with the L-shaped galley to port at the bottom of the stairs and the large saloon seating area forward. The master cabin in the bow has its own head and shower compartment. And there are a pair of double quarter berths aft. As well as the guest head and shower to starboard opposite the galley. When it's time to head out onto the harbour, it's a breeze to get her out of her berth using the bow thruster. Once out on the water, a few pulls on a few lines, and we're off sailing without anyone having to leave the cockpit. She's pleasantly responsive. The steering is light and even minor adjustments to the wheels have a quick result. Coming on the wind feels exciting, with the boat leading into her chines and settling into a comfortable groove. Bearing away is also smooth, with the boat flattening out and accelerating and riding comfortably through the light chop. The C42 was named 2021 European Yacht of the Year in the Family Cruiser category by French Voile magazine, and it certainly fits that brief. There's plenty of room for a family or a group of adults to spend many comfortable hours on board, enjoying an easy and undemanding sail to some quiet bay before settling into swimming, entertaining and relaxing under that massive bimini.
John Ecclestone from Boating New Zealand. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more of these videos, please subscribe to our channel.
Hi, it's Jeff Morris here, Product Manager at BEP Marine, who fall under the Advanced Systems Group umbrella. So today we've got this BEP Smart Battery Hub. So what this is an all-in-one battery management system. So it can support 2, 3 engines and a house bank. It can be configurable. You can have multiple engines, you can have 2 engines and an auxiliary in a house, or specifically for twin engine and triple engine installations. So what it has is volt monitoring on all of the batteries. So it monitors the voltage on the connected batteries for your 3 engines on this triple engine SKU, and also on the house bank. This is integrated with NEMA 2000, so all that data will be transmitted onto the NEMA 2000 network, so that for all of the compatible MFDs, they display that information. It is standard NEMA 2000, so actually any MFD on the NEMA 2000 network will be able to display that battery voltage. It has an internal shunt for the house battery, so as the current is being consumed by the different circuits on the network or on the boat, it's monitoring that current going in and out of the house battery, and it's continuously calculating its state of charge. So with compatible MFDs, you can see that we have a 7% capacity remaining on this house battery. So as your engines are running and charging that battery, that capacity comes up and down. You can configure that to show the time remaining till your house battery goes flat. So it's remotely activated, so the benefit of this is this will be down in the engine room, out of the way, close to the batteries and the motors, so it really saves installation time for the OEMs, and it stops big, expensive and heavy cable runs going from the battery to the motors. You can put this down the back out of the way, and it's remotely operated, so when you get on board you can turn on and off the different batteries. So I've just turned on all of the engines, and then also on the house battery, turn on the house battery and you're ready to go. So remotely operated for simple interaction. With it being compatible with the MFDs, we can also operate it from compatible MFDs. So here we have a Raymarine Axiom display where we can control all of the batteries, the house, turn those batteries on, and then we can parallel the different engines as well for any emergency situations.
Hi there, I'm Norman from Boating New Zealand. We're sitting on the stern of the Swift Trawler 41 Fly, a beautiful boat from 36 Degree Brokers in Westhaven. On a day like this, it's absolutely perfect to sit out the back on this wide bench seat, which has another trick up its sleeve. Slides back to create a beautiful entertaining area. Under here is a massive storage compartment for water toys, tables, picnic equipment and what have you. Stepping out onto the boarding platform, which is the same level as the cockpit, perfect for fishing, water sports, boarding ladder and masses of space. Or we can push this forward again. A number of features of this boat have been added locally by 36 Degree Brokers, including these beautiful staples and bait boards which are made here in Auckland. Plenty of rod holders, very, very strong and stable and perfect for fishing. Nice thing about the trawler design here is this walkway or gangway down the side of the boat, which enables you to get from the cockpit to the bow area without getting your feet wet. There's also a door into the cabin, enabling the skipper can get in and out, easily get to the bow area or back to the cockpit for deploying the anchor or whatever needs to be done. This boat has a massive 4.2 meter beam, which provides a huge amount of space. The front deck here, easily usable as a sun deck, plenty of space, the anchor, winch, everything hidden away, and wide, stable and flat. This is the Trawler Swift 41 Fly, which means it has a fly deck up top. In this particular model, it doesn't have a hard top on the fly deck, it's open. This is a really social boat. Look how much space there is here. Plenty of room for a party, even in these socially distanced times, including a little fridge, preparation area here, and then forward to the forward helm station. Space for half a dozen or more people. This is a new boat, and of course there are numerous options for cover up here, including a bimini which will be fitted to this boat. The Flybridge helm station is of course fully equipped with two smaller Raymarine multifunction displays, full engine controls, thrusters, anchor winch, radio, everything you need to drive the boat from up here. On a day like today, this is the place to drive. One of the problems with large boats like this quite often is being able to see the anchor from the Flybridge. Whereas here, I don't even have to get up my seat. I can see where the anchor is. I can see the bow of the boat. As you would expect on a boat this size, beautiful helm station, lots of space, fantastic controls. This boat is powered by twin Volvo D4 300 horsepower motors. All the electronics to control that. Top of the range Raymarine, and this is mirrored by another set of Raymarine multifunction devices up in the Flybridge. Nice really big steering wheel, bow and stern thrusters. Coming out to the spot, we were cruising at around 18 knots, running at about 2900 RPM, and using around 39 litres per hour per motor, so just under 80 litres per hour at cruise speed. This boat gets up to 25 knots at wide open throttle, and obviously the fuel consumption goes up a little bit on that. So this skipper seat has several tricks up its sleeve. First one is that you can tilt it up and use that just as a bum bolster. The second thing is you can lift the seat up, swing it round, and fold the table out for full seating for everybody on board. It's a large comfortable lounge area here, opening windows, beautiful fresh air, or close up and be snug. This boat has built-in heating, so in the middle of winter you run heat and stay warm and snug. One of the options available for this boat is to put this table on pedestals so it drops down and have an infill squab to make another double berth here. Here the galley is beautifully laid out with a 3-burner countertop, double sink with inserts, storage space which doubles up as a working surface, heaps of drawers and cupboard space, and on the other side a built-in fridge. Not to mention freezer on top. You can also slide out a TV and watch your favorite TV show. Not only do we have the sliding door here, but the entire back of this unit opens up to create a good indoor-outdoor flow. What a place to be on a beautiful summer's day in Auckland. The master cabin has got a beautiful queen-size double bed here, easy access up either side, and with lovely portholes and windows. This cabin has plenty of headroom, even for 6 foot plus people. It has an ensuite for the master bedroom. On the other side is a shower. Going out through the walkway is the day head with an additional shower. And 2 guest cabins. Unusually for a boat this size, there's massive headroom everywhere, including in the cabins here, and there's also spacious storage lockers in every one of the cabins. So this new model Swift 41, this is only the second one of this model that's arrived in New Zealand, adds to the popularity of the Swift in New Zealand. This boat will appeal to owners who want a large volume family boat with a reasonable amount of speed, good fuel economy, and lots of space.
John Ecclestone from Boating New Zealand. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more of these videos, please subscribe to our channel.
Okay team, so today we're going to do a quick video about turning a confined space. This can be an absolutely nerve-wracking experience if you're coming in close proximity to other boats and it's windy as it is today. So we've got about, out there we've got 20-25 knots of wind. So in here it's getting knocked off a little bit by the buildings, but it's on our port beam right now. As you'll see from the drone footage, we've got that wind which is trying to push us onto our friend's anchor over here. So I'm going to stay as far away as I possibly can from that downwind side, because that's my hazardous side. Now when you get in, the key, we're going to turn around in this confined space. If we need to turn around, we've made a mistake, we need to get back out. Very useful functional maneuver. First, most important thing is kill the boat's speed. You've got to kill the boat momentum, because a boat remembers what direction it was traveling, and if we're going that way, just like going to neutral, even if I start to turn, we'll continue going underneath the shed there, so we need to be quite careful about that. Now the highest point of stability for a boat like this is stern into the wind. So as you can see here, we're stern into the wind. And I'm nice and relaxed, so this isn't any big stress to me. Now comes the stressy part. I've got to try and get that bow up into the wind. So I'm going to go reasonable distance downwind, steer before you gear, critical, and now I need a little bit of gas to try and, I call it bow flick. I'm going to try and flick that bow up into the wind. Here we go, come on bow, get up there, get up, get up, get up, get up. And don't hang around, quickly, neutral, quickly, spin as quickly as you can. You haven't got time. You haven't got time. That wind, all the time you're side onto the wind, that wind is trying to push you towards danger. So just nice and certain. You notice I'm not going crazy on the power. Just nice and gentle, but just quick helm. That's it, neutral, boom. Quick helm to port, boom, into reverse. Now a little gentle squeeze of power. That propeller is pointing where I want it. It's pulling me where I want. And to be honest with you, it's a little bit of wind here, and I can do this all day long, no problem. Easy peasy. It's about the strategy, and just don't let yourself get pushed down to trouble by the wind.
Hi, Norman Holtzhausen here from Boating New Zealand, and today we're reviewing the Strider 900C, the latest model from Strider Marine. This 9-meter boat builds on the previous model of the 600C catamaran. Fully amphibious, it's got the Generation 2 Orion full-time 4-wheel drive amphibious system. 2 wheels at the back, 2 at the front in a single steerable pod. As you can see, we've actually dropped the boat down onto the beach to make it easier to get on and off the boat. This boat has got the Yamaha 250 horsepower V6 motor. The new owner is, however, going to go for the 300 as soon as stocks are available. We have found the performance from this 250 being astonishing for a 9-meter boat, and no doubt the 300 will be even better. Top speed was just over 41 knots, and we cruised very comfortably at around 25 knots. The Orion system is powered by an auxiliary motor hidden under this hatch here. Easy access to the motor driving all the hydraulics. You'll notice how compact this hatch is. It doesn't intrude into the cockpit very much. This is a very big volume boat, 9 meters in length, 2580 in beam. Makes it slightly over width, but it can be towed during the daytime with appropriate warning flags. Massive amount of space in the cockpit, nice high gunnels, making it very safe to lean against while fishing. Interior seating in the boat is through 2 king and queen pods. Lots of space underneath, a chilly bin under that side, a storage compartment under this side. The skippers and passenger seats both fully adjustable. They slide backwards and forwards. They rotate round. The skipper seat is fully adjustable. It has a bolster which can be lifted to make it comfortable while standing. They slide backwards and forwards and they can be turned around. Under the seat are some drawers. These are fully insulated and can be used as a chilli bin for putting ice or similar inside them. The helm position is beautifully provisioned with a 16-inch Garmin display, multifunction display. Everything controlled from one very large, very bright screen. To the right of the display are the controls for the amphibious drive. Single button to deploy the wheels, single button to put them away. Forward and back, and then steering is through the same steering as the outboard. To the left of the Garmin display, a series of switches, conventional switches for all of the accessories on board. Zip wake trim tabs to control the pitch of the boat and also to keep it on an even keel. And then just above the Garmin, electronic displays for the Yamaha outboard. This boat also has the GME handheld VHF radio, which is a very practical way of making the best use of space. Instead of having a dashboard occupied by VHF, it's all in the handset. The motor is controlled by a fully electronic fly-by-wire throttle and gear shift, which makes it very smooth to operate. Forward bunk is a triple berth, entirely suitable for an overnight trip. Essential for a boat to be used for extended day trips is, of course, a toilet. Electric toilet, fully plumbed in. This boat is, of course, set up for fishing with a massive rocket launcher rod holder along the back of the cockpit. Fully padded gunnels and a shelf running the full length of the side of the boat. There's no divider in that shelf, so you can put a fishing rod, a full length fishing rod on the shelf, and there's a shelf below it as well, so a double shelf. Here at the stern of the boat we can see this beautiful build quality and the painted finish. Every square inch of aluminium is painted. The getting onto the boat is very easy thanks to the steps built into the Orion system. And here we can see the zip wake trim tabs. As we step up onto the boat, the boarding platform is foam padded, and in the step through here is a live bait tank. Okay, here at the pointy end is the business end of the Orion four-wheel drive system. This model is the first four-wheel drive monohull boat in New Zealand. In addition to the drive, there's this very clever camera which displays on the multifunction display, showing you exactly where the wheels are pointing. While underway, this wheel mechanism folds up, tucked up tight against the bow, and as you will see from the running shots, it stays well clear of the water. So one of the important design concepts of this Strider monohull is the wheels sit up tight against the flared part of the hull. That means that the spray which comes off the wheels is deflected away from the hull while underway. This hull has got amazing ground clearance for a 9-meter boat. As you can see, it will easily clear any obstacles on the beach. The conditions on today's review day were pretty rough. There were some big seas out there. We powered through them without any difficulty on the Strider. Even when we got airborne through some of the wakes, we came down relatively softly and there was no pounding. So talking with Ross, the new owner of this boat. So Ross, you've got one of the other amphibious boats. What made you choose the new Strider?
Well, with the one that we already have, it's an open pontoon boat, and we're looking for something that had a little bit of shelter, a few more creature comforts, and maybe a little bit more range, so that we can take advantage of where we are down on the Coromandel and start to explore a little bit further afield.
So how did you find the build process in dealing with the guys from Strider?
They've been fantastic. With it being a first build, there were some things that we needed to work through collectively, and Warren and the crew have been great. Listen to what our input, having come off different boats, and have been very, very accommodating, and nothing's been too difficult for them. It's just been a really easy process all the way through, and I can't thank them enough.
Once again, Strider have produced a magnificent boat. Top quality build, fantastic performance, world-beating amphibious technology, makes it convenient, economical to run, and just a fantastic boat.
John Eccleston from Boating New Zealand. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more of these videos, please subscribe to our channel.
Well, that's all for now. I hope you've enjoyed those stories, and if you want to read more, check out the latest edition of Boating New Zealand.